Good morning. I have had a challenge lately with some negativity in my life, and it is someone who's extremely close to me, and I love them dearly, but they are extremely negative, and I have to see them quite often, and I'm not going to stop seeing them. So I've been thinking to myself, normally if there's a negative person in my life, I just don't go around them anymore. I stay away from them. If I have to deal with them, like somebody at work or something, I will just go out of my way to be cordial to them and to be around them as little as possible. If I can't control it, then I just won't go around them anymore. But there are certain people in my life that I love dearly, and they've been in my life since I was born, and I just will never not, they'll always be in my life. But how do I deal with their negativity? What I do is I am so positive that they don't want to be around me. Or if I'm in a situation where they have no choice but to be around me, then I will distance myself, go read a book, or, put my, earbuds in or something like that so I can't hear the negativity. And it made me realize that, a lot of people are in that same situation where they have people in their life that are negative. They bring them down. They never see the good in anything. And they're always going to be in their life. Like let's say it's your mom or your dad, somebody who will, they're just not going to go away, typically. How do you deal with somebody who's super negative, brings you down, maybe criticizes you, makes you feel like you're, like if they complain to you, it feels like you're the one in trouble rather than the issue they're complaining about. And, you need to communicate with them and let them know, like, hey, I understand you're having this negative situation in your life and you need someone to talk to, but talk to me kindly. I feel like I'm the one in trouble when you talk to me about it, because they're yelling and screaming and saying mean words and things. And, sometimes people just can't help it. They don't know how to deal with negative situations in a positive way. So you can try to counsel them through it. A lot of times that just makes them madder. But ultimately, you need to distance yourself from that. Go read a book, diffuse the situation. You got to get out of there, and before them just speaking to you about a totally unrelated topic becomes a situation between the two of you. Like, you never listen to me, or you always interrupt, or you never let me talk, or weird stuff like that. It's like, how did this become a problem between us? Your negative complaint become a problem between us. And in years past, I would just get in arguments with my cousins or my sisters or my husband or in-laws or whatever, because I didn't know how to deal with negative situations. But now what I do is I distance myself. I love them dearly, and I know they love me too. It's just sometimes the moment can be so passionate and that you get angry at each other. If you really step back and look at it, you're really not mad at them. They're mad about a situation that is out of their control or that they don't know how to handle, and they're just crying out to the universe, which they should be praying, but it's like a cry for help, like, help me get out of this situation. And really they have to learn how to deal with whatever situation they're in order to get out of it. But they bring the problems home from school or work or whatever, and then that negative issue becomes a negative issue between two of you. And you can only control you. So, knowing that I can only control my actions, I will remember to guard my words, how I speak to people. I'll remember if I don't want them yelling at me, I should not be yelling at them. And if we come to an impasse, like a lot of times when people know they're in the wrong but they don't want to admit it, they will start doing these manipulative phrases like, oh, okay, I just can't talk to you then. Or, you're right, I'm wrong. And they start saying these snippy little short phrases, and the conversation's not going to go anywhere. They're trying to emotionally manipulate you. And so you need to recognize that and for what it is. They know that they need to improve whatever behavior they were doing. They don't want to, though, because they're passionate about this issue they're talking about. So, you being able to control what you can do, you need to step out and let the situation die down. Go read a book, go listen to some peaceful music, go for a walk, do something that will diffuse the situation, because staying in it is not going to make it any better. Trying to convince them when they're in this upset state is not going to help. So you have to let them calm down, let the adrenaline work through their body, and then approach it in a calm manner, in a neutral situation with positive attitude and wording. So that's all I have today. There's a really good book that talks about crucial conversations. I learned some techniques from it. It was really good. And also How to Win Friends and Influence People is another really good book for that as well. So I love you guys. Go tell somebody you love them. They need to hear it. And go make it a great day.